everybody, Sander Dreef here, and if this is the first time you will see my works, thank you so much for visiting this space. Here on the internet you will find a collection of my life experiences in stories that I can share with anyone who wants to see it. This time it is a video about my visit to the National Museum of Ethnology in the old town of Leiden in the Netherlands. Especially this day, where Hanami was the main topic of all the activities. Hanami stands for watching the cherry trees blossoming. Sadly, it was raining quite heavily and the cherry trees were a bit out of the way of the entrance to the museum. So, because I had reserved a seat for the authentic Japanese tea ceremony, I had to skip the blossoming trees. The Museum of Ethnology is one of my most favorite museums in the world. It houses a great collection of artworks, cultural items, traditional costumes, daily household products, music instruments, and in general an overview of how other cultures in the world live or have lived in the past. One of the most favorite areas in the museum is the Buddha room. Here a collection of very old and so impressive statues are on display. The room has been arranged in such a way that visitors can sit in front of the statues and do some meditating, or just forcing you to calm down and simply be quiet for a while. It is also a place where my mother gladly came to pray and meditate 40 years ago. And I have to say, it really helped me to get in touch with my innermost self for a moment when I did the same. Because this day was mainly focused around Japan and the surrounding Asian world, I stayed in this part of the museum, having to save the American part for some other time to visit. The museum has many cultural treasures, and I love the displays of walls where moving cinema footage was shown, but also the effect the dim lighting had on the items. There were tons of items I could sketch in the Asian part of the museum, but it was especially taken by this impressive statue from Indonesia. So I took out my iPad and started the sketch. I'm in the middle of a bit of a struggle these days letting go of the traditional artist materials, because I have to admit, even though it's tough, it is getting more and more difficult to carry many supplies with me these days. But then again, if I will use the iPad for every experience to capture, I cannot collect items such as stamps or tickets, or nobody can leave a comment in my sketchbook for later on as a memory. So after the sketch, it was time to go to the museum studio, where a charming humble couple from Japan were getting ready to introduce the audience to an authentic Japanese tea ceremony.
It's very nice to meet you.
And then my name is Shinji. I'm today doing the assistant. It's very nice to meet you.
We live in Procreate near Leiden.
I had no idea what to expect, but it became clear that the lady really knew her craft, as she was taught everything she knew about Japanese traditions by her father. So the tea was matcha, and the couple explained all about this powder. And as she was preparing to make a bowl of tea for everyone, I could sketch her while performing the ceremony. I must say, matcha tasted very bitter, but then again, it is very healthy, and out of respect for this couple, I drank it. But it is not my cup of tea, I'm sorry to say. Still, it was a very interesting experience to have witnessed it, and all of us were impressed by this charming couple afterwards.
It was a matcha flavor. It was very special flavor. but it's a bit bitter, but it's very good for health as well.
I was not happy with my sketch, so after the tea ceremony I went to the museum cafe and started over. As I was sketching in a museum cafe, my eye caught another typical Japanese custom, called ikebana flower arrangement. This is something else my mother liked to do as well. Because I was not happy sketching on my iPad, I remembered this moment for later on, where I could do my sketching in my sketchbook at home. All in all, I really enjoyed the Hanami day in the museum. As I said earlier, it is one of the most favorite museums of mine. And I got to learn more about cultures. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you on the next one.